Hi guys, it's Gary here again. I just wanted to quickly run through how I had mounted the motor onto the back of my Dream Kayaks Beast fishing kayak. So this is the kayak where I've talked about the features of it. The next little section here, this little video, will be how I've mounted this motor mount so I can put a little outboard motor on. So this is the Railblaza motor mount. It comes standard with your plastic here on both of these sides. You can see this has got both sides plastic, and your motor gets mounted onto here. Of course, it comes with this bar, and it comes in two different lengths, but I've taken the long one because I wanted to be able to put some kind of a system on the outside that has a counterweight, and this is, I'll talk about the counterweight section in a minute. In the meantime, I want to talk about how I've gone and mounted this. Now, if we talk about these D-rings that come standard when you buy your kayak, of course this is where the elastic runs back and forth on between the two different sides in order to hold your gear in. So what I've done, so I've basically taken off the D-ring on this side, and you can see down there it has a little brass insert, and I've taken the D-ring off down there. Of course that's got a brass insert. I've used these Railblaza starport mounts, and the corner screw goes down inside here into this brass insert to keep it strong, so that's 1.1 to make it very, very strong. The other three screws are all mounted into the hull, and it's exactly the same thing on this side here, where that one's mounted into the brass insert and the other three are mounted into the hull. So most of the videos I looked at online have one of these braces that come down, and they seem to think that that was plenty strong enough. Now I've probably gone overboard, but I've doubled up and I've actually gone and put another one on here. So I can tell you, when these things are done up, both those screws at the bottom here and these ones at the top, it is absolutely rock solid. That bar does not move even a millimetre. It really is absolutely solid. So we're gaining strength by using the brass inserts that are already in the kayak for the base of these aluminium mounts or braces, where you've got strength down here because we're using the aluminium inserts already in the kayak for that corner starport mount. And we've also got strength, and if I look back here at a 90-degree angle towards the back, having not only the one brace but also the second, and both of those are at 90 degrees. Now I've also set these up at 90 degrees for a reason, because it's going to be important if you want to put a bucket in there of some kind to be able to fit that in. And of course, having those at that 90 degrees means that there's plenty of space there to put your bucket or your crate or whatever it is that you want to mount in there. So it gives you plenty of options to have space. So strength from brass insert, strength from brass insert, and strength then from using these two at 90 degrees rather than one. Moving on to this area here is where I've mounted a box that is basically, and you can see down through there's the bolts, and it's done through these D-rings. In fact, they're actually square mounted D-rings that go through here and bolt into here. So when you loosen these screws off, you can actually slide this box back and forth either way to give you, so you can adjust it by moving from one out to the outer edge or somewhere close to the inner edge. And you can also adjust the weight by taking out, and I've got some dive weights, some lead weights, large lead weights that sit into this box. So by adjusting lead weights and by moving it one way or the other is the way you get your counterbalance to measure out to whatever you've got sitting on that opposite side over there for your motor. So that's pretty much it, and I've used a chopping board actually here at the bottom to give it stability. One of these plastic chopping boards that I've cut out, that gives it stability on the bottom. I've also cut another chopping board out to fit the inside of that box, and then the screws come through both chopping boards and hold it absolutely solid. Hope that gives you enough of a indication as to how the motor mount, that's the Railblaza motor mount, then fits on, or is one way at least of fitting onto a kayak. In this particular case it's the Dream Kayak, and this is the Beast fishing kayak.